Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me Matt. Very free for you all here on Calais Battery, but it's not actually Calais Battery because we are actually on the Eastern Front. We'll start with the Soviets. We have Kolobopsis, not the commanders. We have Mac. Did they have no commander? They didn't have a commander. We have Mac 923 as a tank destroyer. And finally we have Theo, another commander yet. Ladies and Germans today, we have Rachel straight again with mechanized tactics for die Waffen-SS. We have Maverick straight again with Panzer tactics for die Waffen-SS. And we have Tessie line for the Wehrmacht straight again with Light Division. So lots of mobile vehicles for the Germans in the Eastern Front today by the looks of it. Meanwhile, the Soviets have picked an artillery commander, tank destroyer, and nothing yet for Theo. I guess Theo will wait until they get sight of the enemy. Soviets streaming across the front line, engaging with the Storm Pioneers immediately here. Trying to secure as much ground as possible. Storm Pioneers getting up behind heavy cover, but the sappers do the same. And now there's going to be Constants arriving too. They're just going to try and distract the Storm Pioneers. If they can remain there, they can soon throw a grenade if they can keep up the pressure. Even as the Constants taking shots, they get close there. Oh, Constants get completely mowed down. Storm Pioneers are quite efficient at what they do, as you can see. But they have started to suffer a lot of losses. More Fontseviki arriving though. And I don't think the Storm Pioneers will be ready to deal with those. We do have Storm Grenadiers coming up, however. All this going on, there's also fighting in the center here. Hitler Youth has been pushed forwards by Maverick to hold the front line. And the troops of the Wehrmacht is now engaging with the Soviets on the northern fields here. Triple Fontseviki arriving here for Theo. So it's rushing for the center. Trying to apply pressure as the Hitler Youth get into positions. Meanwhile down here, the Storm Grenadiers are so far keeping the Soviets at bay pretty reliably. Storm Grenadiers are pretty damn efficient infantry, as you can see. We also have a Kugelwagen and an MG-34 arriving here. As well as some Grenadiers from the 9th SS. Unique, cheap alternative to the Storm Grenadiers if you're playing as Mechanisierte. But the Constants might be moving up here to merge to keep the Fontseviki fighting. Indeed, that seems to be the case. Very smart. I don't think these Constants do want to stay around for long. Man, I cannot speak today. Fontseviki are having to pull back here, so Hitler Youth have gotten quite a lot of numbers. And the Wehrmacht is also engaging with the Soviets up here. Fontseviki getting into positions to try and apply pressure. But the Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers are keeping a wide eye on the front line. Good mind him to sneak up here, but it's gonna get ambushed here from this train station. So far the sapper shots are not really hitting much though. The Kugelwagen can back off safely. More Fontseviki are arriving for the Soviet Union, however. We also have an early half-track arriving here for the Mechanisierte. For Waffen-SS can get half-tracks pretty damn early, which really shows off. I think the Fontseviki can get a PTRD because they're playing as tank destroyer, which could completely counter the light vehicle play from the Mechanisierte here. Depending on if they want to invest in the PTRD, of course. Which they might very well not be interested in doing. Hitler Youth have dug in across the front line in the center. As the Soviets face off against them. And the fighting across the fields continue here between the Wehrmacht and the Soviet Union. Slowly destroying this fuel cache that was established. So they will deny the Germans a little bit of fuel. Not too much. So it's sitting up across most of these structures. Looks like the Storm Grenadiers are actually suffering in this fight here. The Fontseviki might have actually outlasted them somehow. Very impressive. Half-track is prepared to move. Really moving up with this MG-42 to support. They can also be enforced from it, so they are probably why they're staying near it. The Soviets are having a long-range firefight here, and so far they're actually working out. And using the conscript to just keep merging in is very smart, actually. Allows the Soviet squad to just remain fighting. Maximum arriving here on the northern flank, or central flank rather, for the Soviet Union. An MG-34 has been set up by the Germans. Hilly for spreading across the front line. So it's doing an assault here now on the Wehrmacht positions. Well, the Wehrmacht has brought up an MG42, I think. That's an MG42. They're probably waiting for the Soviets to get close enough to fire. But the Frontoviki are amassing here. Lots of Frontoviki. There's also a tank hunter nearby. Once we get the southern flank out in the open, although there's technically a haystack here, but it's not being shown for some reason. Sturmgrenadiers start pushing up alongside the half-track. So that's a lot of machine gun fire here. I don't think those Frontoviki want to stay around there for long. That's a lot of machine gun fire coming our way. They might even get out of there alive. Indeed not. Hunsberg being called in, another unique Grenadier squad available to make an initiative. Tank hunters on the fields. And a good shot there on the half-track, forcing it back. But the Sturmgrenadiers is providing a lot of covering fire. With an MG44 100 rounds. A pretty damn good upgrade, by the way. You now have an MG42 and an MG44 100 rounds. So that's a lot of firepower in one squad. They're expensive on the munitions, though. More machine guns arriving here for the Waffen-SS to hold down the front line. Lots of Hitler Youth have been mobilized to hold the center by the looks of it. But the Soviets are just sticking in front of them. So it slowly creep up. MG42 has not been spotted yet here on the northern flank. Pesty Line is being quite so conservative with their units, probably saving up for some heavier equipment soon. If you can just do a lot with few units, you can definitely save up a lot more resources. After has repaired itself, and here we have the 10th SS Hunsberg, quickly being upgraded with an MG42 100 rounds. A really damn good upgrade for this squad, allows them to really lay down a lot of suppressive fire. Soviets are trying to push across the open field here, but the Hitler Youth are quite fortified and with many angles. Hitler Youth on the open though got pinned down. It's being tossed here on the machine gun positions. Very smart here from the Soviets. Applying a lot of pressure. So the Soviets are forced back for the moment. They will be back soon, I reckon. They'll be back very, very soon. You have a command car arriving here for Testialai. And this is Germans are taking in the southern flank as well. Soviets across from them. Also, we have some specialist penals called in as well. Another unique squad available to artillery division now. Also, the command car is engaging with the Soviet troops on the northern flank. A tank hunter is quickly relocating with their PTRS, semi-automatic Soviet anti-tank rifle. Artillery strike being attempted to be called in, but PTRS is going to start opening fire. That's going to force that to move back potentially. Oh, too late. But the officer does jump out of it. And they decide to pull off the map to get a refund. Apparently they're just going to scale this mountain into the water. I'm not sure how, but that's their decision. You do get a partial refund for pulling your officer out successfully. So you can get them back sooner. Sturmheini is setting up inside the structure here with a Panzerbüchse. And the Hunsberg are just sticking in here and holding. Blitz has also arrived, so it's kind of static at the moment in the southern flank. Meanwhile, some mortar strikes are being used on the central flank, I mean. Soviet officers also present. We do have a Soviet recon team keeping close eyes near the front line, but they need to be somewhat closer while stealthed. Probably up here to this bush. Or this dead cow. We have a little bit more of an idea what the Germans are doing. The Soviets are now advancing up here using the smoke barrage to cover their approach. Very smart. Rifle being used here. Doesn't hit anything. MG42 is quickly trying to relocate somewhere. Decides to go inside the structure. Postgrenadier is using the destroyed truck up here. Oh, it's got a car anyway. But this point will be taken by the Soviet Union. It's going to be somewhat difficult for the Germans to take it back, I reckon. But we do have a mechanized assault group called in here with a half-track. Some Panzergrenadiers moving in as well. Hitler Youth maintaining their hold on the central flank, I mean. Looks like the southern flank is being threatened here by the specialist penals, as well as a Soviet officer. Maximum fires firing in here on the Hitler Youth. Officers also calling in some kind of artillery strike. Looks like it might be high explosive. Probably around here. Yep, ranging shots are coming in. That's going to force the MG34 to relocate. Or just retreat. But the retreat point is just over here, so they don't have to run far. After this, have their forward headquarters very far close to the front line. The conscripts leading their assault. Charging forwards. We're going to try and attempt to take the points. Smoke will cover them. Great assaults going out. And incendiary grenades from the Waffen-SS. I didn't have a certain incendiary, just normal fragmentation. Point is decaptured though. More Hitler Youth are being rushed forwards. Looks like the mechanized grenadiers are trying to get around here. They don't want to get too close though. There is anti-tank grenades. And the AT can also manage to turn around. And with that, the Panzer grenadiers are getting mowed down. That assault didn't really work out well. Yes, that looked like test your line. And the soldiers on the northern flank have picked a commander, 112. That is tank. So we have artillery, tank, destroyer, and tank. And mechanisierte, Panzer, and Leichte for the Germans. So a lot of mixes around, but lots of vehicle-heavy ones for some of them. You know, looks like the SS Mechanisierte is having issues on the southern flank here. A Lux has been pulled up. A Panzer II tank. Armed with an autocannon. The soldiers are slowly advancing forwards. With the PTD is not for tank destroyer, it's for artillery. My bad. Because Colossus is not playing tank destroyer, they're playing artillery. That's a big mistake from my part, I'm sorry. I guess we'll pull back somewhat. Cisco is slowly rating pushed up as well, I imagine. Maxim also being pushed up. The soldiers are slowly just advancing here. But the Lux is going to be in position shortly. Cisco is being used as an artillery piece. Very smart. And now the Lux has revealed its presence. There's a tank hunter squad nearby, but even they are going to have issues penetrating the front of a Lux with the anti-tank rifle. Half-tank moves up, probably a risky maneuver with the Sis around. Fighting continues in the center somewhat. MT-42 has been moved up by the Waffen-SS now. Lots of machine guns here for the Waffen-SS to hold the central front. You know, the Soviets keep maintaining their little pressure on the northern flank, but not much is going on there. Most of the action's happening down here. Looks like the Sturmgeschütz is being relocated southwards to support the Waffen-SS allies to help push down there. Using a Stug E, which fires high explosive rounds, by the way. Which can be a surprisingly big deal. I don't think the Soviets were prepared for a Stug E. A Stug E can apply a lot of anti-infantry pressure, as you can see. He's got that Sis, though. The Sis cannot hit at the moment, by the looks of it. No penetration. Have to go some flanks around, but there is a tank hunter. It's a big mechanized and motorized assault here from the Germans. But so far the German infantry has been kind of stuck. They're still trying to advance though. Luke's also preparing to push up. He needs to clear out that Sis gun. Lots of action going on here. Stug E is kind of in a bad spot. It cannot repair itself. It's been immobilized. The Sis can start taking shots at it. If you can see it. I don't think I can see it, actually. This can almost clear it out. Does this one actually want to pull back? Yeah, there we go. It's pulling back. So, I mean, the are quickly being pulled in here with an open blitz. But while this is going on, the Soviets are pushing on the northern flank, realizing that Theo is focusing on two flanks. They cannot muster their force to cover both sides. Which allows the Soviets to push up pretty aggressively there. Which means it now jeopardizes the Waffen-SS's Hitler Youth position in the center. Even as it's being bombarded and assaulted by the Soviet infantry. Looks on the southern flank here now, applying pressure. Tank on the side having issues dealing with it from the front. Actually, never mind. They got a good penetration right there. But they also they might be able to save this Stugay. Or they cancel the Stugay. It's the second Stugay they were making. Probably for something else to help hold the northern front. It's not looking good for them after this. They've lost a lot of... for the Germans in general, I mean. Because the Wehrmacht is suffering a lot of the lost ground in the north. Hitler, you're far moving up to support. They don't want to lose this fuel point, I mean. There's too much machine gun fire now pointed at it. It's not going to be easy for the Germans to take this back. But the stock A is ready to be relocated if needed. They're still trying to apply pressure down here. They want to take that Sis gun. But the environment is blocking the shots. Stugay backs off. Panzer IV J is being prepared by the Waffen-SS. More Frundsberg infantry has been pulled forward by the Waffen-SS as well. You know, the Soviets keep pressing down here. And the Soviets are really starting to dig in the northern flank now pressuring the northern flank to envelop the Waffen-SS position. The first SS is moving upwards now to try and prevent it though. Sturmgewehrs quickly being equipped. That's a sideshot charge in the machine gun. And a grenade. Applying a lot of pressure here. And lots of artillery going in as well. I don't think the first SS can keep this up. Especially now with the Soviets moving up again. Siberians also moving along. The smoke barrage just allows the Soviets to get close. This going on, an artillery strike on the southern flank prevents the Germans from doing another assault. So much action going on here. Panzer IV J and Panzer IV J has arrived there. So there's a Panzer IV J for both of the SS players. They're now going to start make a counter assault. We need to push back up here, I feel, because now the Soviets are pretty damn close to the German base and to be able to outflank the Waffen-SS position. NKB-42s, I think. Yep, NKB-42s here on the Panzer Grenadiers. And now T-34 is starting to re-roll onto the front line. Stugay has been relocated to the northern flank. Panzer just mow down the conscripts there. The enemy has killed another infantry squad. So it's managed to steal a German machine gun. Now the Stugay is going to reveal itself up here. I don't think these rifle veterans are prepared. Not rifle veterans, they're motor guards. My bad, they have the same model. And indeed the Stugay is quickly opening fire here. There's a Sis gun though. Takes out the half-track, but the Stugay keeps advancing. But the T-34 is now making a move. But the Panzer IV J is nearby. Stugay gets taken out though. Captain Panzerfaust might be utilized here. They get mowed down by the machine guns on the tank. Lots of artillery, lots of screen shaking. Panzer IV J takes out the T-34. And Panzer II is flanking around here. Managed to get around the Sis gun, which is what the Soviets don't want. The Panzer II is fairly mobile as a light tank. And now some Panzer Grenadiers are moving up here from the Wehrmacht to try and pressure the Sis gun. So they can take out the Sis gun, the Panzer IV J can start to advance down here once it's repaired again. It might be an incendiary grenade. Indeed it is. And with that opening, the Germans actually have an opening here, but there's another Sis gun back here. But the Panzers are starting to advance. Panzer IV J and Panzer II for support. Other Sis gun is starting to open the fire. And this one is manned by 9 people because of the unique artillery upgrades. It's also to have 3 more men. Given if she's trying to advance, but the Maxim is suppressing them. Sturmgang is meant to get close though. Doing a steel grenade assault. Panzer II takes a hit. Panzer II gets taken out. Panzer J is the only tank now on the southern flank. Gets penetrated by the sister, has to back off, I think. Germans do secure the point, but I don't think they want to stay. The 10th SS is doing their best though to assault, and they're surprisingly doing a decent job of it. Just showcase how good quality infantry they are. They're dealing with a lot of enemies here. This going on the central flank is sort of collapsing to artillery strikes. There's the line. Well, the front line and the northern flanks are doing so well. Panzer IV is being prepared though. But the Panzers are not really getting much headway. The Germans need to get some more equipment out. They are pressing the south somewhat well, but the Soviets just stuck in this little town thanks to them being artillery commander. Artillery commander is really good at just digging in and fortifying a position. Especially now with penal troopers here, they can just apply a lot more men. They can merge in with the squads, as you can see. But very cheap. Panzers are trying to advance here. There's an HA-5 Q9 in the center though, so the German Panzers not going to have an easy time in the center. So I feel these Panzers have to be relocated to support the other flanks. The Panzer IV though has arrived for this line, however, and the Panzer IV is pretty damn good. It's probably the best Panzer IV variant in the game. Good at basically everything. Putting a heat run here for the structure, apparently. For the heat run? That's high explosive, my bad. Got hit by a Mthis gun though. And it's been immobilized. That's a Panzerfaust trying to be attempted here. And succeeds. Good play there from Theo. The Panzer IV arriving as well as the Stupid boost. Now this could be a big issue for the Germans down, for the Soviets down here, because they do not have a lot of, well, I suppose you can actually survive pretty well, but depending on where the rockets land, they can destroy the forward HQ and everything. And if they do it just at the right time as the Germans assault, it might turn out pretty bad for the Soviets. The rockets are going in, and that's when you should start assaulting. Because it stuns the front line, as you can see. Alright, that's the German assault. So then just keep the fire going, they can keep them suppressed. As they keep applying a lot of the pressure there. Assault did not get a lot of headway though, and now there's also a howitzer from the Soviet Union when supporting fire. The Panzer IV is doing its best. T-54 pushes up. Panzer IV moved a little bit too far up there. There's another Mthis gun. T-54 takes up the Panzer IV. And on the northern flank, the Germans might be preparing for another counter-assault, and they managed to get onto the point again. They're still being hit by Soviet machine guns. Notice Stuka is present. We also have a Panzerwerfer arriving here. That's a satchel charge. Panzergrenadiers are dead again. Not looking good here for the Germans. They're still holding on pretty well on the southern flank at least. But the Soviets have dug in pretty damn well. It's going to be very hard to dislodge them. Meanwhile, up here, some artillery strikes do manage to weaken some of the Soviet front line, which might allow the Germans to tentatively attempt to secure ground again, given enough time. We do have the first SS in the center here, but there's just too much machine gun fire. Double Maxims just laying down suppressive fire here. It's very difficult for the Germans to advance. He1 on the field. He1's Panzer IV spots it. Panzer misses. The He1 has to back off still somewhat. Needs to be cautious. Even before prepares to make a move. Su-85 is also advancing. Applying a lot of pressure in this Panzer IV. That was a lot of Soviet guns in one vehicle. And the Soviets are just dug in firmly down here. It's gonna be very hard for the Germans to do anything. They are setting up an Immergrün though. Unique artillery howitzer available to SS Mechanisierte. The largest in-game howitzer the Germans can set up. They do a lot of work. You know, the Soviets are building a lot more of the smaller howitzers here. Oh, that's actually a big one that's over here, 152mm, compared to the 122 right here. It's not looking good here for the Germans still. Panzergrenadiers get suppressed and they have to pull out. So they have dug in firmly up here now. They're slowly tightening the noose around the German lines. I don't know what Maverick is trying. They might be trying to save up for a Tiger tank or something. Or perhaps Panthers. I'm not sure which would be more useful in this situation. It's dealing with 85s. But I almost feel the Panther would be better because of its frontal armor, but I don't know. Anyway, it looks like the Immergrün is firing in the central part of the Soviet front. Lots of rockets landing around the Soviet front line in the north. On the southern flank, it's dug in with both sides again. Neither side wants to make a move yet, but artillery shells still being exchanged. Okay, the Waffen is slowly pressing up from the center. There's not a lot of area with cover here. He tries to advance, doing an artillery strike, but Siskin hits it, forcing it back, and actually gets taken out by the Sis.
We have lost a Panzer.
Not looking good for the Germans at all. We're gonna make another attempt here for the point. Good position on the smoke this time. Makes it harder to push back because you will have to move through some parts open when there's no smoke cover. He1 can still try and threaten it though with a high explosive shell. Doesn't hit. Panzer hits it. Panther tank is starting to come out here for the Mechanisierte Division. We'll see if that has any impact. The Germans managed to secure the fuel point again. You know, the first is still trying to apply pressure. Panzerfaust hits the KV, takes it out. Or at least decrews it. But the Soviets can quickly recover it at this point. They have lots of engineers nearby. Another Panzer IV arriving. Herbie howitzer now hitting the southern German flank. Tankers are trying to advance here, but it's difficult to move on machine guns. As the machine guns in the front do open fire, as you can see. Germans are risking a lot just staying put when there's an artillery strike going on. I don't know if a shell hits too close. So far they've been lucky. Panzer IV prevents an artillery strike from the Soviet officer. But as soon as the Fuß gets hit by an artillery shell. As the Fuß hits the northern Soviet flank again. Tiger tank is coming in. He1 gets taken out again. And Panther tank arrive here for the Relic Division. We'll see if it'll have enough of an impact. It is the worst form of the Panther though. As you can see by how slow it's moving. It has a good gun though. The Tiger tank is soon going to be arriving here for the center front. Ostwind coming out, which I'm not sure what for. I guess for anti-infantry suppressive duty, but I'm not sure it's the most useful in against the fortified position, but who am I to judge? Also, the artillery being called in here by the Soviet Capitan. 122mm fire mission. They're applying a lot of pressure here to the German center. Ooh! Now, if the Soviets just had the infantry, they do have a lot of infantry actually, but they're not all ready for the charge yet. It's also a major presence to keep an eye on the front line. Panther tries to push up here. Needs to be somewhat cautious. Ooh, heat round from the T-34 managed to penetrate. As I said, it is the worst form of the Panther, but it still has fairly decent frontal armor. Panther has very impressive frontal armor after all. So the Tiger tank is going to move north to support. The southern flank looks like a Kugelwagen going to take out here. YouTube is trying to advance here to buy some time for the Soviet defense. The T-34 is moving down as well. Soviet armor slowly amassing across the front line. So is German Panzer somewhat. More rockets going in. Actually doing a lot of damage this time. T-34 could actually take out the Panzerwerfer unless it moves. Oh, it takes it out! Oh, that sucks. Because it's out of control, as you can see. You'll probably move the instant you did the barrage. Well, now the T-34 is cleared out. There's a T-45 though, ready to make its move. The Germans advancing. Time for preparing a high explosive rounds. Takes out the AT gun. Now that's pretty big. Now if we can clear out the gunners on the howitzer position, not howitzer, machine gun positions. And that would be an opening. One gonna kill. T-45 opens fire. Takes out the Panther, one shot! Now that's impressive. Panzer's fighting on the southern flank here. KV-8 tries to push up, but gets hit and penetrated. Does use his flamethrower on the mechanized troops. Burning out the squad alive. And KV-8 got taken out. While Panzer IV is trying to make their move now slowly. As the Immergrün shells the front line. The Germans are lacking in infantry though to support this push. But the T-34s are suffering. Now if the Germans had the infantry support, they could probably have started an assault here. But as I said, they lack the infantry. The Germans are able to secure the central flank again. Central front anyway. So it's slowly building up more and more vehicles and units. Likely Vision is having issues figuring out what to do, but it is getting a command Panther. Tiger 10 remains around as a defensive measure, I imagine. It's honestly not a bad call for it. It's got a really good gun. So it's good for taking out a Soviet attack. More rockets going in the northern flank here. Well, this going on, the Panzer Force is still assaulting down here. Tis guns have been recruited. Explosive round loaded. Oh, but main gun there gets destroyed in one shot. Austin pushes up to apply pressure with its flak gun. But this is are behind handbacks. This makes it much less effective, as you can see. It has to be loaded too. HE-5 takes it up. That's an issue 100. Tiger tank takes out the HE-5 slowly, bit by bit. Oh, got hit! And HE-5 manages to back off. That tank has to back off for repairs quick. KV-8 pushes up slowly. Assuming as a vanguard, the HE-5 prepares to make its move. Then get a good one lucky shot in that Tiger, they could kill it. Our command Panther's now present. Frontal armor even deflected the heat round from the T-4045. Command Panther is the best quality of the Panther, by the way, so that's why it's so well armored. Because the SU-100 is relocated northwards with the SU-5 to try and take care of the Command Panther. Command Panther is being stunned though by all the flames. And now the Fontvig is pushing up. There are Panzergrenadiers nearby though that can support it. But the task more seems to be to try and give vision here for the SU-100, which takes it out in one shot. Not looking good here for the Germans still. The front line keeps being shelled by both sides. Artillery fight has truly begun here. As the Soviet howitzers aim for the German howitzers, and the German howitzers are just aiming for the Soviet front line to soften it up to allow the German infantry, if they could get some of them to the front line, to advance. More of this little town is just being blown to smithereens. SU-5 on the move. SU-100 remains up there. Hacker tank is repaired again. KVA prepares for a flank of some kind. Hack has been decrewed, and the command team is trying to get off the field. But the Tiger tank knows that the KVA is up there, so the Tiger tank is going to try and go in and intercept. It takes it out in one shot, actually, using a composite shell. It looks like the SU-100 got destroyed by a stupid Sapus. Very fortunate. You know, the Germans on the southern flank are suffering heavy losses, but they are going to try to assault again. Panzer IV J's are ready to support this one single squad of Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are being mowed down out in the open. Looks like the Soviet conscripts are being moved from the center to southwards to try and stop this push. There's like a German infantry to hold the line, but they're being pinned by their own artillery. Basically being sent in to die. The machine guns on the Panzers are able to stop them. At least until they have to duck down because of the artillery. Now the first assessors on the flank mowing down these conscripts. But there's an SU-85 nearby, taking out the Panzer IVs one by one. As the Soviet infantry continues their relentless push, the first assessor is just cleaning up all these conscripts. But the Germans take a lot more losses than this attrition-wise. The Soviets can keep up the attrition, the Germans cannot. But what are the Germans gonna do? Another command panther being prepared by the Light Division. First, let's keep applying pressure with the infantry here to support the south. Panzer IVs are ready for action again. The Tiger tank remains on some kind of overwatch here to just defend and ensure the center point does not collapse by some sudden push. More conscripts being prepared by the tank destroyer just to probably apply pressure on whatever front they deem worthwhile. But suddenly a bunch of conscripts assaulting can suddenly add a extra issue you have to deal with. On top of everything else you're dealing with. Another MG42 is being pulled out though to help hold down the ground. And another Panzer IV, just lots of Panzer IV J's are arriving now for the Mechanist Theater. Now it's somewhat quieting down. Nice and silent. But the Soviets know where the Tiger is. That's the main thing they're trying to keep an eye on. First, this is heading southwards trying to apply pressure. Probably to help the push the Panzer IV soon. As the Immergrün opens fire again. But there's a lot of Soviet stock in. And the first is not having an easy time pushing up. The Immergrün is supplying some kind of damage. The artillery strike is going in for the center here. One here by the Soviet Kapitan, I imagine. Lots of rockets and Immergrün shields are being flung around. The artillery strike in the center does a lot of damage. Panzer IV is making a move. And there's a lack of Germany to support them. Unless they plan to strike somewhere else. Panzer IV also opening fire. Not hitting much, actually. Panzer IV advancing. HU-5 moving to intercept. Doesn't penetrate. Not sure what it was doing, but now there's a command panther pushing up on the flank here. And then go to 85. Oh, turret jam though on the pants, but it does take out the HU-85. Panther has to pull back though. That's with the conscripts not coming over on the flank. Smoke popped. And it's gonna back off. It might be able to back off fast enough, actually. Oh, and the shell's hitting around the 40 HQ of the Mthis at the southern flank too. Well, the Tiger tank remains as an assurance to stop any Soviet push on an unexpected flank. But more and more T-3045s are being amassed. You're now getting to the point where the T-3045s can start arriving on the field en masse, I think. Which is not good for the Germans. But German defense has been pretty good so far, despite everything. Which from the Command Panther. Picks another T-34. The Soviet front line is still holding, despite everything. Another push up here. Another Panther being prepared by the Light Division. So much is going on. And now the Soviet howitzer is also hitting around here. They might take out one of the Stukas. Again, German infantry is lacking. And the Soviets are maintaining their infantry presence. Now the Stukas gets taken out. This might prompt the Germans to actually have to do some kind of desperate measure. But the HU-100 has arrived. She should clean through the Tiger, I think. The Tiger tank has to be cautious. And indeed, the HU-100 was just waiting for the Tiger to move. I'll take a shot here on the Tiger. Ooh, wow, that's a good shot. That's gonna force the Tiger to back off after a smoke pop. Tiger backs off. It definitely needs repairs after that. Immergrün hits the northern flank. Trying to soften the northern flank now of the Soviet defenses. There's another Panther has arrived. But more and more T-45s are just rolling in. Panthers into the northern flank. Slowly trying to kill the gunners inside the defenses, I imagine. Then clear out those and get the infantry necessary, they can start to actually counter-assault. Now the T-34s are revealing themselves too. Lots of artillery in the center here. Lots of smoke. Ham has to deal with the 85s. So far the armor holds up. Now there's 2 85s. Oh, one penetrated that. And did a lot of work on them. The 185 gets taken out. And the Panther does manage to back off safely. And the artillery strikes remain in the center here.
Standing by. Send orders.
And the fighting remains static in the south still. But the artillery strikes are getting pretty damn good at hitting targets. Panzer prepares to make a move here. Probably aiming around here, I imagine. If it's gonna fire at all. Also, the Panzer is trying to make some kind of a dent down here. Immigrant shells still landing around. So these are spread somewhat far around because they need to be at this point. So he's aiming for the center. Doing a fair amount of stunning here. Now the Panthers are preparing to move up again, but more and more T-34 for the 45s are preparing and amassing. And now the houses are hitting on the northern flank now. Trying to apply pressure up here. Panther has to move around cautiously. Don't know when an SU can suddenly pop up to hit them in the flank at this point. Like supposed to run loaded here by one Panther. Was not pen. Oh no, Mike takes out some of the crew of the Mthis. But the Mthis in general just remains around. They can be reinforced from this nearby bunker apparently. Smoke being popped again by the Germans. They want to take this fuel point back. 85's making their move forward. They want to try and take out this singular Panther if they can. They do need to be cautious as the other Panther can support them if they move too far up. Tiger Tank about to be flying down here but takes out the T-34. Issues did not make a move, I think, unless I missed it, and they got destroyed. As for just remain down here and waiting. Panzer for opening fire here. Doing a fair amount of damage to the front line. Command Panther sees some of the T-34 85s. But the Panther is in support range. But the closer they get, the easier they have to penetrate the Panther. Lots of artillery still in the center here. The Germans are still lacking infantry to hold the front line. Relying on dwindling units. Soviets need to get those conscripts healed up so they can prepare for another charge. Panzer IVs are advancing the southern flank somewhat. Those the Bulgarians have been called in here to now supplement the Soviet Union. I guess they find alongside the banks of the Danube then? I guess that would make sense, with the water on the, up at the top. Tiger Tank remains on the northern flank. Panther still holding out. Oh, this does get cleared out though. And Tiger Tank remains as a good deterrent. Who's up in his fire again. But the SS is running out of infantry. Well, the Panzer Force is still slowly trying to secure ground on the southern flank. There's a lack of AT now actually to stop them. Looks like the Soviet artillery commander has kind of been bled dry of their artillery equipment. I guess that's why the Bulgarians have been called in as a last-ditch measure to try and hold. Because I think the Bulgarians do have Panzerfaust. They do. Oh, anti-infantry mines being used there from the Panzer IV. So much. This is a big fight. Imagine if it was the 4v4. Ooh. And then it would truly be chaotic. H100 on the flank. Doesn't penetrate the Tiger. Tiger now knows it's there, so it has to move. Don't want to risk being hit by an AC-100 again. It actually hit again, but didn't penetrate.
More of our troops have been lost. Send orders.
Lots of fighting. The Panzer Force are now able to threaten the southern flank here. I think the Soviet southern flank is actually under quite a lot of duress at this point. The light machine guns are preventing the German infantry from advancing. Man Panther advances slowly, needs to be cautious. Especially with all the howitzer shells landing. AC-100 on the move, conscripts leading the way to just scout ahead. And apply pressure. And overall just be a distraction. But conscripts are pretty good at being that. Titan has to be cautious, the AC-100s are nearby. Oh, penetration of the Tiger! But Tiger does manage to back off. Oh, Command Panther took a big hit. Takes out another T-45 though. Meanwhile, the Panzer Force and Osten advancing up the southern flank. They are getting more and more infantry support. They're doing a full assault here across the front line. Bulgarians now suffering losses. Or at least about to be suffering losses. Specialist Penal's also trying to hold, but I think too much pressure is now happening. I think the Germans could actually cause a big issue if they can break through. The Panzer Force are just slowly moving forwards here. Blitzkrieg is happening. If they can get behind the line here and cause havoc, it will be very bad for the Soviets. And the Soviets are quickly relocating the AC-100s to try and deal with this. This could be real bad. Osten gets cleared out. T-54 cleared out. Needle troopers remain about. But Germans just lacking in the infantry to push up immediately. But there's a lot of Panzer Force still. You know, the fight continues with the Panthers. Just shooting away at the T-45s as they see them. Now the SU-100s are not sure where they have to be. They actually lost one of them. Also the first one is trying to assault in the center here. Because they might have a little bit of an opening. Try and clear out this Capitan. He does manage to get his barrage up, I think. Tiger tank on the move. Oh, that's painful. SU-152 coming out. The Germans are advancing. There's a lack of anti-tank equipment on the southern flank of the Soviets. It's not looking good. SU-100 is being relocated. And I think the Panzer Force have an idea of it might be happening soon. While this is going on, the T-34s are assaulting. They managed to overrun the Panthers. Tiger has to quickly relocate. Not looking good there at all. And now the Germans should know the SU-100 is down here.
Lockboats, prepare to move.
Mthis preparing to move into the town, but there's a lot of Soviets just keeping an eye on this angle.
Hands up here, ready for action.
Tiger tank managed to get up there and help prevent the push through from the Soviets, but the Tiger tank is very much its own thing now at this point. It's doing its best to hold.
Achtung, be ready.
Panzer IV is suffering some hits from the SU-100.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Now there's also another SU-85 arriving to help. That's not the Soviet artillery is also hitting in. SU-100 shoots straight through the Panzer IV, it's killing it. Now there's also the SU-1... actually an ISU-152. Looks like the Soviets are now ready to just break the hammer down on the Germans. The Germans are trying to steal the T-34-85. They need all the equipment they can get. The Germans are just running out of equipment. And even let dry. I don't think this 85 is going to get out of there. Unless they are really, really lucky. And nope. Here comes the next push from the Soviets. They're not going to allow it to get away. And the Tiger tank is not going to make a move. While this is going on, the Soviets are assaulting down here. Heavy assault guns advancing. I don't think the Panzer IVs are going to be enough. Oh, no, those rockets take out the ISU! Oh, that's big! Holy shit. But this Tiger tank is on its own. It could get overrun pretty quickly. But a command path has arrived though, so it's not alone anymore. Needs to be cautious now the T-34-45s are revealing themselves. They're getting close enough to the Panther soon, I think. Looks like it's going to be able to just force them off slowly here. Oh, no penetration! And that's it, gets killed. And so many tanks have been destroyed here today. So many lives have been lost as well. I'm not sure what the Germans can do though at this point, but this Tiger is still holding down and ensuring the Soviets just don't overextend. Because they're afraid wherever that Tiger strikes, it can actually just hold the line. But the Wehrmacht is basically out of stuff. Not looking good for them. And the Soviets just continue to amass units and advancing, bit by bit. And not ceasing in their constant advance. Which is something the Soviets are good at. It's very hard to stop them once they get going.
Prepare to execute.
An MG42 coming out here for the buff SS. And now artillery is hitting near the skirmishes, so they have to move quick. The Soviets are trying to hunt down where the skirmishes are with the artillery.
Heavy machine gun team ready for battle.
The T-34-45 is still arriving. But it's down here the fighting is now still.
Standing by. Send orders. Jawohl, will do.
But what can the Germans do? Yet another command panther is being prepared. First, this is trying to secure the fuel point here, but I realize like it's under a lot of fire from all these bunkers. That's a lot of bunkers with machine guns.
Standing by. T-34, crew destroyer here. Waiting for your command.
More conscripts pushing up to secure points. It's just constant pressure for the Germans to have to deal with. And it's very manpower efficient for the Soviets to do so. Even if they lose a lot of them. Well, that's not good for the German infantry. That allows the Soviets to get a little bit more ground. Target time remains. More rockets going in. And the Panzer IVs are somewhat ready to strike again, and indeed they are gonna advance. Risky, but it's worth it, I think. They need to do something to secure some ground. Even the first SS Panzergrenadiers are arriving to support. But there are issues down here. That T-34 is holding up surprisingly well. T-35 reveals itself. Takes up one Panzer IV in one shot. Indeed, the Germans are still having issues now. Also, the Tiger tank is camouflaged. Not sure how they camouflage this giant tank. But who am I to judge? It's not looking good. The Germans have just been bled dry, I think. As the Soviets just continue to bomb them to hell. Very Soviet of them. Just constantly applying pressure on artillery. There's never ceasing with it. I just honestly don't think the Germans can make a comeback here. I know the T-34 is preparing to push up here again. There's a wreck in the way, so that might actually prevent them a little bit. We'll need to see if they can manage to juggle around that. Bofkons is pushing up here. And more artillery also hits. R85 is advancing. Everything has been revealed. Smoke in front of it, that's not good. Artillery under. Oh, that's painful. Actually taking out the forward HQ. R85s are going for the Tiger, and at this point the Germans surrender. Oh, this has been quite a bloody match, but yeah, this was kind of destined for the Soviets to win at this point. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next one. Bye bye.